Happy Sunday, Air Signs. Welcome to your daily focus tarot. So for you today, we have the Fairy Light and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Now, the Fairy Light is Temperance and other decks. It talks about needing to be in balance between two different aspects of yourself or two different aspects of your life. The first clarifier is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords talks about being self-imprisoned by your thoughts, particularly the negative thoughts. And you can break free from this self-imprisonment. You need to take the blindfold off and unbind yourself. You can break free from it to get your balance back. The Two of Cups also talks about balance. Why do you feel bound? The Two of Cups can talk about union too. The union between two people, or a union that creates a rebirth between the spiritual and the physical in a healthy way, so like within yourself. It can talk about rediscovering spirituality. Coming out of the darkness into the light to have this unity, this healing. That's what Two of Cups can talk about sometimes. So if it isn't another person, it's who you are, and you're healing that. Once you get out of this bind, once you get back into balance, these aspects of yourself, and get out of the Eight of Swords. Now you were feeling bound. The Three of Wands in reverse. This talks about delays. It talks about taking risky actions because you don't have the vision for your life. You have a lack of foresight. So you're disappointed and you're taking risky actions in order to achieve this balance. And then we have Prince of Wands in the reverse, which talks about anger. It talks about frustration and something that you are very passionate about, scattered energy, making haste. So very negative because of a lack of foresight and that risky behavior in order to try and achieve this health, this union that's bound you. And you need to get out of that binding. You need to get out of that risky behavior. You need to get out of that in order to get this healing, in order to get this balance between the two aspects in your life. Now we have Queen of Swords in the reverse, and this talks about somebody who is cruel, somebody who is distant, somebody who is overly emotional and therefore easily influenced negatively by others, easily influenced to do negative things by others. Sometimes it talks about somebody who's overly ambitious. And the Prince of Swords, this can talk about over ambition. It can talk about somebody who's being overbearing, who's being stubborn. It can talk about the need to explore other options because of this person who's being stubborn or overly ambitious. So really, when you're looking at this, I don't know if this is you. Certainly you've bound yourself with the Eight of Swords. This is you binding yourself. But there might be somebody else involved in this. So when you're looking at this person, don't let them manipulate you in a negative way because of your ambitions, because of your need to act quickly. Really look at anything that you might be doing that's risky or that's harming you and that's preventing you from having this union, this health that you want. Look at anything that's putting you out of balance. You have two cards that talk about needing to have balance here. This Two of Cups and this Fairy Light. You really need this balance. Get yourself out of this bind. The Eight of Swords says this is a bind that you've put on yourself through your thinking, but it also says that you can get out of this. She can walk out of those swords. There's nobody guarding the swords. There's nobody guarding her. The swords are well spaced to the point where she could turn around and walk out of them. They're kind of in the ground haphazardly. She could bend down if she found a sword and cut the binds off her. She could take the blindfold off her. It's not too tight on her eyes. And she can get out of this situation. You can get out of this situation and find your balance again. Find your abundance again. Really look at things, observe them before you're taking action, because that's going to be a strength for you. Build up your interpersonal skills and figure out what it is that you want to be in alignment with, what it is you really value, and move towards that and away from these risky behaviors, these people who are negatively influencing you, this over focus on ambition. Get that balance in your life again. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow.